Hello, I'm Granberry and today I'm doing a character redesign. This character I made back in 2015-ish. Um, Looking back at my old sketchbooks, I really liked her design and the character that I meant for her to be. So what I did first was try sketching her multiple times in the style that I developed now, which didn't really work out. It was just something about it. I tried sketching her again and tried keeping the stripe and dress design. I didn't really like how boxy her sleeves were. I didn't like how they flared out at the wrist. So I tried to make it more almost like a leggings but on the arms. But I wasn't really digging it, so I decided to just scrap the dress and stripes. I tried a little bit of a new hairstyle and see if I liked it as well, which I thought it was really cute. So here I decided to do a full length, which I scrapped this pose, a full length of her in my style, not just a little thumbnail. And I tried making a little bit more expressive pose. It was mostly just to see how easy the outfit was to draw, especially in my style. I also decided to keep her pigtails instead of having the little space buns. I like the idea of having large poofy ponytails that are kind of like messy, kind of to, press further the unhinged personality of her. Then I decided to do a little bit of sketching of like few expressions that she could have, though I didn't really dive deep into it. Like I didn't give her her signature ponytails or anything like that. It was just facial expressions. This one is just her being happy basically. And then I wasn't really sure what expression I was going for here. Maybe like a little bit of bashful or embarrassed or something. And then I decided to go into a full portrait sketch, just to kind of get her facial features down, and especially her clown makeup. I kind of gave her a smug little expression. It was kind of an accident. I was just trying to have her as a neutral face, or a neutral face, I should say. But ended up coming off very smug and like, well, what are you gonna do about it? Which I really liked. It was a nice expression, and almost like kind of pushed her personality more on how I want her to be as a person. Then I was gonna give her the little cheek blush dot, but it just didn't fit on her face with the tear stripes. And then we go into the illustration, full body color line art. Here I just kind of decided to pose for her. I think it was good enough to show that, she's kind of laid back, but the expression that I wanted to make with her pose was kind of laid back, but with her being kind of like unhinged, just have a little weapon in her hand basically. I was going to give her two weapons, but the angle that the knife that I was going to have was kind of weird, and also, to avoid drawing her second hand, I kind of hid it in the back. Oops. was really proud of the facial expression that I did. I felt like it really expressed her and like who she is as a character. Kind of defines her in a way. And then on to the line art. Of course I started with the hair. This is honestly, again, my favorite part doing, because you don't have to be so careful with the lines, and you could just, especially with her having messy hair, her hair is supposed to be messy and crazy and all over the place. You don't really have to care about where the lines go specifically, you just go all over the place. That was my favorite part. And then here I try to do a little bit more with the boots than just having, specific blocky boots. I took inspiration off of Arcane's Jinx. If you haven't watched the show on Netflix, her boots are like that, and I thought they were really cute, so I decided to incorporate it in my design. And hands. I know everyone hates drawing hands, but honestly it's also one of my favorite parts. Other than hair, I like the way they're rounded and everything. But it's understandable that other people hate them, because it's kind of hard to do. And getting the line art on her face. I'm really happy how her face ended up coming out, especially with the line art. I was afraid it wasn't going to be as good as the sketch, because I feel that's how it mostly is with my pieces. But I think every single artist can agree with me that they feel that their sketches are better than their line art pieces. But it surprisingly turned out really well. And then I go on to the coloring. I decided to give her kind of bubblegum colored hair. And then to top it off with that, decided to kind of go pinkish tone route. Pinkish purple-ish tones with her entire outfit. Especially with her skin. Her skin is slightly pinkish. And there's some color theory for you. The bows being darker than the little belt. It's the same exact color too. And then I go into her face paint. I tried giving her red and blue tip, but then I realized that the stripes kind of look like teardrops. So I made it into that. And then I decided to give her her own personalized axe, pink and purple. And I decided the tip of the nose just wasn't doing it for me. So I decided to go back to that hot pink, which I think turned out very nicely. And then of course, because I paint bucketed, a different layer, an underlayer. I had to go in to fill in the holes and the little gaps that was left behind that the paint bucket couldn't reach. And then here I'm trying to figure out how to do the shadows, how to render it properly, and see which colors look good on her, which I eventually found it, which was a nice lilac-ish purple. And then I went in and did select and to block out all the shadows. I know I say that I have a lot of favorite things with drawing, but I think with digital art mostly, not with traditional. I really love doing the shadows. It's really nice being able to effectively show shadows in digital art. And then I went in and fixed any little bits that I missed or that didn't make sense at all. And I tried making like a little reflection on her face and all that, but it didn't really look good, so I decided to scrap that idea. And I tried playing around with this little glow effect in Clip Studio and tried doing like, you know how you see in the anime where they have like the glowing flash eyes. And just kind of played with that a little bit, but it wasn't really working out, so I just kind of scrapped the idea. And then here I tried doing the background because I didn't want to just have her sit on a gray background. So I just had purple, but then I come to the realization that I was inspired and decided to scrap that entire purple background. And yeah. This part is so sped up, but I was trying to be as careful as possible. as like performing surgery or something. And there I was trying to make the shadow on her a little bit darker. And then I had to have fire come up above the floor so it didn't look like it was just clipped behind a background. And then here she is. If you like what you see, like and subscribe. You can also follow me at GrimberryX on TikTok, which you can see a lot more of these types of videos, but they're shorter and they're not as complex as this. Please comment below and let me know what else you'd like to see in the future. Bye bye!